Good morning. Today I am going to deals with another reactions of amines. First one, action with the nitrous acid. Let us consider the reaction of primary amines with the nitrous acid. This is an aliphatic primary amine which on reacting with the nitrous acid it will convert it into a diazonium chloride. It is unstable, so it will easily eliminates N2 azo compound and it will convert it into alcohol ROH. Here, how can you prepare nitrous acid? By reacting sodium nitrite and HCl, it will convert into nitrous acid. On reacting nitrous acid with primary amine, it will form unstable alkyl diazonium chloride, which on treating with water by the elimination of N2 and HCl, it will convert it into alcohol. Then what is the case of a reaction with the aromatic amines? Basic aromatic amine is our aniline. Aniline reacts with the nitrous acid at low temperature, especially at 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. It will convert it into benzene diazonium chloride plus water. And this reaction is known as diazotization. It is a very important reaction in our organic labs. This is a confirmatory test for the aromatic primary amine, that is our aniline. Here the ice cold aqueous solution of benzene diazonium chloride can be used for the preparation of variety of compounds that can be discussed in detail on another topic, diazonium chlorides. Next is reaction with the secondary amines. Secondary amines reacts with the nitrous acid to form N-nitrosoamines, which are water insoluble yellow oils. That is, this is our secondary amine R2NH, which on reacts with the nitrous acid HNO2, HONO, that is HNO2, which can be prepared by the reaction with the sodium nitrite and HCl. It will convert into N-nitroso dialkyl N-nitroso dialkylamine, N-nitroso, that is R2N single bond N double bond O. N2 functional group is called azo, whereas N2O is called nitroso. Okay. So the product is N-nitroso dialkyl amine, and which is insoluble in water and it will be in yellow color plus water. So secondary amine reacts with nitrous acid to form water insoluble yellow oily layer. Next is reaction with the tertiary amines. Aliphatic tertiary amines reacts with the nitrous acid. This is our aliphatic tertiary amine R3N with nitrous acid HNO2, HONO, that is our HNO2, to form trialkyl ammonium nitrites. Again, they are salts and which are soluble in water. So the product is trialkyl, that is R3 ammonium nitrites NH plus they are salts of nitrites, so NO2 minus, and this salt is water soluble. Whereas the product of secondary amine is water insoluble. Okay. Then consider the reaction of aromatic tertiary amines with the nitrous acid. What will be the product? Consider NN diethyl aniline, that is an aromatic tertiary amine. C6H5 N C2H5 C2H5, that is a aromatic tertiary amine. NN diethyl aniline, which on reacts with the nitrous acid HNO2 by the elimination of water. It will converts into para nitro derivatives, that is para nitroso NN diethyl aniline. What is the structure of para nitro derivative? Para nitroso derivative NO, that is nitroso, para nitroso derivatives C2H5 C2H5. So this is para nitroso NN diethyl aniline. So in the case of tertiary aromatic amine, it reacts with the nitrous acid and it converts into para nitroso NN diethyl aniline. Next is electrophilic substitution reactions of aryl amines. Consider the resonance structures of aniline. We already discussed in the previous class the resonance structures of aniline. We know that NH2 group is a plus M effect substituent. So the lone pair of electrons present in nitrogen can donate to this bond and this bond will shift to this carbon. Then we get another resonance structure, that is exocyclic double bond and lone pair of electron lost for nitrogen, that is positive charge in the case of nitrogen, and this double bond will shift to this carbon and negative charge concentrated at this carbon, and again it can resonate to another structure and we get this resonance structure, and here double negative charge concentrated at this carbon and double bond, here also double bond, and here also exocyclic double bond and positive charge at nitrogen. Again this structure can resonate into another structure by the donation of this negative charge to this bond, and this bond can shift to this carbon and we get another structure. Here negative charge present in this carbon and double bond at this carbon, and here also double bond and here also double bond. These are the resonance structures of aniline. Again another resonance structure, that is regain its previous structure, that is C6H5 NH2. These are the resonance structures of aniline. And from these resonance structures, it is evident that aniline is an ortho-para-directing substituent. That is, here the negative charge mainly concentrates at ortho and para positions. So, the electrophile can attacks at ortho and para position prefer than meta position due to the high electron density at ortho and para positions. So, NH2 group is an ortho para directing substituent. Then another important point about aniline is NH2 group is powerful activating substituent, that is through plus M effect. So it can more reactive than our benzene towards electrophilic substitution reaction. Then what happens if its reactivity is more than our normal benzene? In electrophilic substitution reactions of aniline, it will produce tri-substituted products rather than mono-substituted products. That is the limitation of NH2 group. If we want only mono-substituted products, we should reduce the reactivity of NH2 group. Then how can you reduce the activity of NH2 group? The only solution is the activating influence of the amino group is reduced by the acylation reaction. What is acylation? NH2 group on acylation with the acid chloride, it will converted into acetylated products. That is, on reacting C6H5NH2 with acid chloride CH3COCl, it will converted into acetylated products, that is C6H5 NHCOCH3, that is our amide. This reaction is known as acylation. Okay. By converting acetylated products, its activity will reduce by the resonance stabilization of this NHCO structure. This lone pair of electrons can shift to this bond and this bond shifts to oxygen, and its resonance structure is C6H5 NH plus double bond CO minus CH3. This is the resonance structure of this amide. So, the lone pair of electrons present in the nitrogen will resonate into this structure. So, the availability of the lone pair of electrons at nitrogen will decreases as in the case of NH2. So, on comparing with aniline, this amide is less reactive towards electrophilic substitution reaction. Then we get, by the electrophilic substitution reactions of this amide, we get the desired mono-substituted products rather than tri-substituted products. For example, first we have to discuss about halogenation. What is halogenation? Reaction with the halogens. Here, aniline, first we consider the case of aniline. Aniline reacts with the bromine, that is a halogen. It will convert it into 2,4,6 tribromoaniline. That is a tri-substituted aniline. Substituents will present at ortho and para positions. 2,4,6 tribromoaniline plus HBr. Here we know that NH2 group is highly activating substituent. So we can't obtain mono-substituted product. We get only tri-substituted products. If you want mono-substituted product, the activity of NH2 group should reduce by the acylation reaction. So, aniline reacts with the acid chloride like CH3COCl. It will convert it into acetanilide. That is an amide C6H5 NHCOCH3. That is an acetanilide. Which on reacts with the bromine, that is our electrophilic substitution reaction. We get only mono-substituted product, that is para-bromoacetanilide NHCOCH3. Then if we hydrolyze this product acetanilide using any acid, it will hydrolyzed into our amine, that is C6H4 NH2Br. We get mono substituted aniline, that is our para-bromo aniline is the major product. So here we can obtain our desired product, mono-substituted product. Whereas in the case of aniline, we get tri-substituted products. So by reducing its activity by acylation, it will convert it into acetanilide. Then we get desired mono-substituted products. Consider another example, that is our nitration. What is the nitrating reagent? That is nitrating mixture is the nitrating reagent, that is concentrated nitric acid and concentrated sulfuric acid. The direct nitration of aniline by concentrated nitric acid and concentrated sulfuric acid is not possible because aniline yields a vigorous oxidation products and it's a vigorous reaction. So first aniline converted into acetanilide by this same reaction. Aniline reacts with the acid chloride to form acetanilide. Which on reacts with the nitrating mixture, that is our mixture of nitric acid, concentrated nitric acid and concentrated sulfuric acid, that is called a nitrating mixture. At low temperature, it will convert it into ortho-nitroacetanilide and para-nitroacetanilide. NHCOCH3 NO2. This is our orthonitroacetanilide plus we get paranitroacetanilide. NHCO, CH3 and nitro group at para position. So we get a mixture of products. One is orthonitro acetanilide and another one is paranitro-acetanilide, which on hydrolysis using any acid, it will converted into our orthonitroaniline and para-nitroaniline. So we get mono substituted product again. Then if you want only one product, that is either ortho substituted or para substituted, you should separate this reaction mixture by any separation techniques. Okay. Next example is sulfonation. That is our aniline reacts with the sulfuric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid. That is the sulfonation reagent. It will converts into anilinium hydrogen sulfate. That is a acid base reaction when aniline reacts with the aniline is a base which on reacts with the concentrated sulfuric acid, it will converts into anilinium ion. That is a simple protonation. C6H5 NH3 plus SO4 minus. That is anilinium salt, which on heating we get sulfanilic acid. That is a rearrangement product. That is para substituted aniline. SO3H sulfanilic acid. This is our para substituted product. So sulfanilic acid and its derivatives can be used as intermediates in the manufacture of different antibacterial agents. That is called sulfa drugs. That is another topics, sulfa drugs. So here aniline reacts with the concentrated sulfuric acid. First step is protonation step. It will convert it into anilinium salt, which on heating it will provide sulfanilic acid. That is para substituted aniline. This is sulfonic acid. SO3H, that is sulfonic acid, and it is concentrated at para position. This is called sulfanilic acid. Then the next topic is discussion about sulfa drugs. What is the structure of sulfa drugs? Sulfa drugs, or it can be called sulfonamides. This is the structure of sulfa drugs. RNH C6H4 SO2 NHR. This is sulfonamide. The functional group is SO2NH. That's why it's called a sulfonamide. Sulfonamides are certain groups of sulfur containing antibacterial drugs which are obtained by chemical synthesis and are used to prevent the growth of disease causing bacteria. This is a general structure of a sulfa drug. How can you prepare sulfanilamide or sulfa drug from aniline? The first step is aniline acylation with the acetic anhydride to get acetanilide. We know that acetic anhydride is also an acylating agent, same as our acid chloride. So aniline reacts with the acetic anhydride to form acetanilide. So aniline is converted into acetanilide by reacting with the acetic anhydride. This acetanilide is treated with the chlorosulfonic acid. What is the structure of chlorosulfonic acid? That is ClSO3H. ClSO3H. That is our chlorosulfonic acid. Then that is a substitution reaction. That is electrophilic substitution reaction. We get para substituted acetanilide. That is N-acetyl sulfanyl chloride. The structure of the product is NHCO CH3 and substitution will be at para position SO2 Cl. That is N-acetyl sulfanyl chloride, which on reacts with the ammonia, to get N-acetyl sulfanilamide. That is, by the elimination of HCl, we get C6H4 NHCO CH3 SO2 NH2. That is our N-acetyl sulfanilamide, which on hydrolysis by aqueous acid, it will converted into our sulfanilamide. That is C6H4 NH2 SO2 NH2. This is our sulfanilamide. So the required sulfur drug can be prepared from this sulfanilamide or by the modification of this process by using suitable amine instead of ammonia. So here if we use RNH2 in the place of ammonia, we get RNH2, we get acylated sulfur drug. That is the structure C6H4 NHCO CH3 SO2 NHR. This is our acylated sulfur drug, which on hydrolysis by acid, it will converted into our sulfur drug. That is C6H4 NH2 SO2 NHR. That is our sulfur drug. Typical sulfur drugs are sulfapyridine, sulfadiazine, sulfathiazole, and sulfaguanidine. The structure of these sulfur drugs are important. This is our sulfapyridine. Here R group is substituted by pyridine. So it is called sulfapyridine. This is sulfadiazine. Here R group is substituted by diazine. This is the structure of sulfathiazole. Here R group is substituted by thiazole. And this is the structure of sulfaguanidine. And these sulfur drugs are used for antibacterial activity. For example, our sulfadiazine and sulfapyridine are used to treat bacterial infections such as urinary tract infections, bronchitis, etc. And sulfadiazine is also used in the treatment of rheumatic fever in patients who are allergic to penicillin. And sulfadiazine and sulfathiazole are used to prevent infection of burns and battle wounds. Then sulfaguanidine is used for the treatment of intestinal infections, and some of the sulfa drugs are used to treat skin problems like for example sulfapyridine and sulfa methoxazole is also used for the skin problems, and sulfadiazine is also used for the treatment of bowel disease. These are the applications of sulfa drugs. That's about sulfa drugs. Hope it is clear. Thank you.